Hello. Welcome to the stream. It is day 3 of streaming, I think it's Wednesday, yeah. We're doing past life readings. I don't do this very often, so... So hopefully everything is working. Hopefully you guys can see me and it's all good. But if you're new to the stream, I'm gonna set this up for you guys and then we can have a chat about what's gone on since the last time I've talked to you. This is Riker. Riker will be in the background with Cheez-Its and a dinosaur and chips, and they're gonna be editing our video that's coming out tomorrow. Tomorrow! Dude, it's really good. They're doing the history section right now, and it's... But if you're new here, how it works, if you go to the top of chat, or if you go to the link in the description, we're doing past life readings, and I'm going to restock them at the beginning, and I'm also going to restock them halfway through. So, if you guys come in late, or if you miss the first one, there will be an opportunity to do it again. We're just going to start off with 5, and we're going to see how it goes. And if they go very fast, then I'll restock again. But the plan is to do this for like 3 hours. But let me give you the link again, in case you guys don't see it. Here it is again. If you click on that, I'll give you some tips. People in our chat say if you log into PayPal first, if you're using PayPal or whatever it is, to do that first, and it allows you to do it faster. Also, people have been having issues with sometimes if you're having issues trying to purchase things, maybe try using a computer. I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but people keep saying that they have issues and then they try again and it works. I don't know what's going on from their end, but I will tell you guys when we get the readings. So, and it should pop up in chat. So that's how you know you get like a confirmation little bubble in chat that you have purchased with like the name you put in. So yeah, so I'm going to restock them. There's going to be 5 available. So ready, set? Hold on, it's taking its time. My goodness. Why are you taking so long? Okay, there it is. There are 5 available now. So you can purchase them. They are $65. And then I'm planning on going live tomorrow. I'm going to do spirit guide readings, and those will also be $65. So that's the plan for this week so far. But like I tell you, in every live stream, we're going to be doing, the video is going to be coming live tomorrow, and it's going to be going live at 7 p.m. EST. And it is going to be premiered, so I don't think that's it. Hold on. I think it's members. It's going to be premiered, so we will be in chat with you guys, live publicly at 7 p.m. when the video goes out. And then we also will be in a Discord call with members, so that's why I gave you that link there. So if you guys are interested in getting the behind the scenes tea on what was going on during the investigation, we can tell you everything that we feel about what's going on. So we hang out in Discord with our members. So yeah, but this investigation is really weird. Like, this whole series is very weird. It says sold out for me still. What?
It's refresh.
Yeah, try refreshing it. I was like, it says that I can buy. Maybe refresh the page. Because I don't think anyone has bought any yet. So, now we're getting in there. So we got Tiny. But our investigation is really cool because we have this, like, I keep mentioning this really scary priest dude following us around. And yesterday, Riker let me listen to the Estes session, and it's really weird. He's a really, like, sick, fucked up dude. So, He has, I'll give you like a little bit of tea on it. He has like a weird thing with children, which is absolutely fucking disgusting. So when you hear the S's session, you'll understand it a little bit better. We did not know what was going on during that S's session at all because we were not expecting him to follow us the whole trip. So yeah, but we'll explain that during the video. Never mind, I got it. Fantastic. Yeah, and then I have Katie. Oh, also, if you guys donated during the New Year's Eve live stream a while back, I did tarot readings and I sent those out this morning. And when I say this morning, I mean this afternoon, like an hour ago. And I sent them specifically to whatever email PayPal is attached to for you guys. So check that email if that's a weird email for you. But you should have tarot readings if you paid $100 or more during that live stream. So 6-card tarot readings are all general. If you donated more and have reached more of the thresholds, you will be getting more of that later down the line. And then we're planning on doing the raffle later this week as well. So that is the update of those things. But yeah. Let me get into where I need to be for orders. Hello, Kayla. Okay, so what I got so far, we have Tiny or Mad. Tiny Mad Queen is first. And then we have Katie and then Kayla. Thank you guys so much for purchasing readings. It's going to be a fun time. And I have instruments to try to read you with these. I got lovely teeny tiny tarot cards and a lovely pendulum board that I got actually from Wildwood. And my pendulum. So we'll see how it goes. What's up, Brendan? But a topic for you all to talk about because I want to know all of your opinions. If you guys have watched the Shanley live stream, can you let me know what you guys think about pops? Because I've been thinking about it a lot, and we did a coven meeting on Monday, and I've been talking to our members about pops as well. Because it's weird. Like, is this happening? Like, I think he goes the weasel. You're not wrong. So, I need your opinions about pops. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, after this live stream, go check out that live stream where we were live from the Shanley Hotel. Because the lake really is weird. Freaks me out. Because I'm like, is something going to happen with that? Is this real life? Is this going to happen? So I need opinions. But we're going to start with Tiny Mad Queen, which I'm going to call you Mad. Or Maddie, I don't know. Was that your name? I know we have this conversation every time, but I'm just like worried that I'm calling people by not their name. Whatever is comfortable. What is your name, though? You don't have to share if you don't want to, but Tiny Mad Queen. My Shrek gif is all I have to say about it. Also, I couldn't hear it very well, so I might have to rewatch what kind of pop was it. I don't think you could hear the popping noise because my phone was having issues, so we had to use our lav mics. And lav mics are very, like, tiny and typically only pick up the things that are right in front of it, so that's why it's good for, like, voices. I usually go by Tiny. But I'm used to whatever works best. Tiny works. I'll call you Tiny. Okay. Dude, I feel like I read you a lot. Okay. I haven't read any past lives for you, right? The first thing I see is a woman that has blonde hair. Was it like a knuckle popping champagne cork pop, donkey making a noise pop? Nope. Okay. No, but it is like a very specific like sound that happens because it happens here too, and that's what like freaks me out. Because we're like, maybe we're just like, maybe this is like a normal noise, and then we got to our room and the same noise was happening, and then we got home and the same noise was happening, and we were just like, and it's like, it doesn't sound like a knuckle cracking. And it usually sounds like it's in a wall, but I don't think you can hear it in that video specifically because we had to use lav mics because my phone audio was not working for whatever reason. I've been around a bit more lately, but I'm usually lurking. Okay, you have a female past life. She is blonde. She has long blonde straight hair. She looks like she's from like Little House on the Prairie. When is that? What time period? Time period. 1800s? Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, I have a hard time with exact time periods. I usually say before electricity because that's what she looks like. She has like a cute little like white apron type thing and like a house dress, and her house dress is like blue. And then she has like a bonnet like wrapped around her hair. But she lives in a place where there's like rolling hills. I'm a history buff kind of, so I can guess time periods pretty well. That's fantastic. That helps a lot, honestly. Because I'm like, usually they tell me time periods by like how they look. So I can tell by their hair, I can tell by what they're wearing, and then I can also tell by like, they'll tell me, like they'll be holding like a candle and say there's no electricity. These are the things that are in my surroundings. That's kind of how they tell me time periods. But I would say mid to late 1800s. I feel like you were like on a farm. I just see you with like a basket type thing and you're carrying like wheat. Fashion, architect, and architect are the best way to guess the period, to be honest. That's a good way of doing it. I need to learn what, like, clothing and architect look like based upon different time periods. Because, like, sometimes I can do that. But sometimes I'm like, I don't know what time period this is from. So... But I feel like you were on like a wheat farm. You have a husband and you had 2 sons. They have dark hair. Sorry, I'm asking questions about it. Because they make me feel like, it was like an arranged marriage type thing. I don't think you really, like, talk to your husband very much. I feel like you're a very, like, soft, quiet person in this life as well. Like, you're very shy. And you like your alone time. And a lot of the like heavy lifting your sons and your husband did. Okay. Sorry, I'm like asking her questions because I see like she has like a little baby girl, but I don't think that's your baby. I think that might be like your sister. 'cause she looks like you. She's talking about how your sister died when she was an infant. And you felt sort of responsible for it because you were watching her. I don't think that there was like anything really that happened. It was kind of like she fell asleep and then didn't wake up. That's interesting. Same. Quiet time is wonderful. I'm glad that came along into this life. Yeah, she has a very like quiet, pleasant energy. She's very like understanding and sweet. But she likes living a very simple life. However, I feel like she did go through a lot of like hardship. I feel like I don't know. I feel like they had like financial issues because of like a drought. They say a drought and then bugs. But I don't know if both of those things make sense. Hold on. Okay. Are locusts in dry areas? I know that's a really weird question. Yes. Locusts are dry-horned grasshoppers that live in dry areas such as deserts. Yeah, I feel like you lived in an area that wasn't normally like it's on the edge of like a more dry area, and you just had a bad time. Like you had a bad year where you didn't have a lot of water and the locusts went into your area, but typically that wasn't like an issue. But they like ate your crops, so you had to like figure out a different way of like existing, which I feel like was livestock. Dust Bowl caused massive droughts in the 1800s. Interesting. It is fun having someone that like is a history buff. Yeah, they like make me feel like there was like some sort of drought that happened and it caused a lot of like weird ecological things to like happen, like it was like the perfect storm is what they want to say. It's like there's no water, but at the same time like other animals, like other insects and stuff came into the area and caused a lot of issues because there wasn't like resources for them, so they had to move out of where they normally are and find it. So that caused some issues for you and your farm. But I do feel like you lived a very simplistic life, and that's how you liked it. Do you have any questions? I'm also asking what's important with it there. What's our name? I am terrible at names. Clearly, because every time I see you, I'm like, what is your name? But I'm asking her why she's important, why she came forward. she's talking about how she dealt with a lot of death in her life. And her understanding of death helps you to this is very corny, but like live life to the fullest. Because she's talking about people don't understand the like fragility of life, so they miss out on a lot of opportunities because they're waiting for things to happen before they actually start taking action. Similar life concept. I heard Abigail. Wait, let's see. I got. Let me move this. Is it Abigail? I agree with Luke. My pendulum says it's Abigail. Abigail Arnold's from the Conjuring House?
Also, as a side note, my mom got her candle.
Oh, she did? Is it good? Did it get there okay?
Yeah, they got there safely. She absolutely loves it.
Great. We're talking about Riker's mom getting her candle. We sent her a candle, and I always get so nervous. If we send you candles, just leave a review so I know that they get to you safely, because I'm like, I can't handle this if it breaks. And the U.S. postal system is rough. So I'm like, I gotta put as much packaging in here as possible because this mailman is gonna absolutely throw it against the wall. But that's a different story. Droughts are also just common. Also, I lied. The Dust Bowl was 1930s. But up to about the 1940s, the Little House on the Prairie style was common for farmers. My candle was so well wrapped. It's beautiful. Which one do you have? What name do we put on it? 'Cause I'm nosy. But yeah, do you have any other questions for Abigail? I feel like she came forward because she just has this like very like air to herself because she like enjoys the simple things. So, oh, Scotty. Oh, I'm excited because didn't you just get another one? I'm excited to make another one for you. I'm very excited. And just ordered a spirit guide candle. Yes, we know. We got it. I'm excited. We're very excited. We really like making candles for people, which obviously I'm going to plug this shit. Is Etsy on here? What's the... Okay. If you guys are interested in candles, click on that. Was she happy with her family situation? Like, I know you mentioned arranged marriage and family death, but was she happy? That is a interesting question. The reason why I say that, because I'm like asking her, I'm like, were you? Because to me, it doesn't seem like you really talked to them, but she says yes, but it's very much like, she says the reason why it works out is because everyone in the family are very independent. So it made it easier to like do the things that each of them enjoyed. Because the way that I see her life is she handled more of the like simple things. She managed the baby, she managed the like house chores and things like that. When all of the men, like her two sons and her husband, were out in the field doing that like until dark. Like not stepping on toes. But she says that she still had love and care for all of them, but it was still just each one of them had their own independence. Can you hear my computer? What the heck? It's fine. I fixed it. Maybe. Just Pops? I'm sorry. Pops, is that you? It's not Pops. Because it doesn't make the right... It's not making a pop noise. Definitely not. um She says a lot of her life she was very complacent, and that's kind of the reason why she's coming forward for you, because she's like, you need to take up the like things that you want. Don't sit there and wait for things to come to you. Allow yourself to go and take them. Women weren't very aware of social equality back then either. But yeah, it was very much like she had her job and they had their jobs, but she wasn't like unhappy in the like life that she was in. Like her husband wasn't like abusive, her husband wasn't like a bad dude, but to me the relationship still feels more like, I don't know, like a partnership versus a like a love romance type deal. So that's why I'm like, that's an interesting question. Because I'm like, to me nowadays, I'm like, would I be in that situation? Probably not, because I don't have the love romance thing, and I'm here for that. So, but it allowed her to have opportunities. It allowed her to live the life that she wanted. So it was, in her eyes, much better than a lot of the other people that she knew at that point. But do you have any questions before I move on to Katie? Also, I believe there's still 2 left. So if you guys are interested in past life reading, there's still 2 available. I think I have it here. Yeah, I think this is it. That's the link. So there's still 2 available if you're interested. Tiny said no. Okay. Oh, now you can see my computer in this. Goodbye, computer. Thank you for the reading. No problem. Sorry, I'm like, how did I do this? Okay. So we're on Katie. Katie, are you here? By the way, Riker, I love your stuffy that you're holding. We got it from Target.
This is my it's a weighted stuffed dinosaur.
I got it for them.
After
Hey, you say him.
I bought one for M, so we have
Yeah.
matching dinosaurs because we're cringe.
Yeah, I showed Riker them at Target, and I was like, oh my god, look how cute it is. And they're like, you want it? I'm like, I mean, yeah. And I almost cried the entire way to the cash register, so it's fine.
You didn't think I was gonna buy it for you.
Yeah, even when we got to the register, I was like, it's fine, I'll pay for it, it's fine. And then you paid for it, and I was like, you don't have any money, what do you mean?
They're not expensive.
It was $15.
I have a weighted Appa too that M got me.
Yes, I did. I got Riker a weighted Appa.
I should honestly have Appa down here at my desk.
That would be good.
Because I like the weight while I'm sitting.
Mm-hmm. It's comforting. I need to go to Target now. Yeah, they have other options too. They have like a unicorn. They have a dragon. They have one with wings. They have a different dinosaur that's pink. They got options there. But Katie. Past life for Katie. The first thing I see is I see a man. And he's covered in like soot, maybe? Or charcoal? He kind of smells like an ashtray. Yeah, something with coal. Is it? I don't know that he's a coal miner. Because he keeps saying he doesn't mine it. It's something else. Yeah, I don't know what else you do with coal. What do you call a coal worker? There's a miner, operator. Yeah, I don't know. He does something with coal, like to make things work. Coal shoveler for a train. It's like a because everyone's like transporting it. What he's telling me, and this might make it easier for you guys to help me figure out what I'm talking about, because I'm like, I don't know anything about coal workers. But also don't know how you use coal for things, but he says there is like, it like helps run a factory, like powers a factory, and he's the one that puts the coal into whatever factory to make it run. Does that make sense? A refinery worker? Maybe. Coal furnace. Interesting. Yeah, he makes me feel like he works like in a factory and he puts like coal into like a big furnace type thing and it makes the factory run. He had a lot of issues from the coal. It like really screwed up his lungs. What? Oh, you're doing that because of what you're editing?
Yeah.
You're like, wow.
Listen, it's like, it's so good.
Oh, do you see him in traditional blue overalls? Because that's what I'm seeing. Yes. No, exactly. And like a wide pant leg. And then he has like utility boots on because I can feel how heavy they are. And then he has like something on his head, like some sort of like hard hat. But he has like brown hair. It's short on the sides and then long on top and like swoops over to one side, and he has a mustache. And he just absolutely smells like an ashtray. So I also think he might have some lung issues from the cigarettes. But he shows me specifically that whatever he was breathing in with the coal, like, it never really left his lungs. And it kind of like burned. His face is covered with coal dust. Yes, exactly. It's like he's like, coal is kind of like glitter. It just never leaves. Once you're like in it, it's just you're constantly covered in it. Even if you like go home and take a shower, you're still have black stains all over your body. Coal miners usually end up with aggressive lung cancer. Yeah, I'm not surprised, because I feel like he just had chest pains like his whole life, and he was just like, that's just like your average day. Like, it wasn't not normal. Like, there's nothing I could do about it. Gotta bring home the milk, you know? He talks in a very like nonchalant, like don't really care about his life type deal. Like, it is what it is. Like, he's a funny guy. Oh my god, so do I. I think he had black lung disease. Black lung disease. Coal workers pneumonicosis or black lung. He says that coal isn't a very efficient way of powering things, like powering factories. Because I'm like, do you really have to do that all day? Can't you just like fill it up and then like wait for a second? And he was like, no. He's like, it was like a constant job. Like it was like my 9 to 5. We did it like a long time. And it was for the most part all day during the whole shift. It's still used today, I think. Yeah, he's like, I don't know, he makes me feel like coal like runs out really fast. So he's like, it was really inefficient, but that's what we had at the time. The reason why he's come forward is, oh, I'm gonna pull a card for that. The reason why he's coming forward, he makes me feel like, he's very nonchalant about his life. Do you feel like he worked in a steel factory? Because I'm hearing metal banging and fire. Yes! No, exactly. I'm pretty sure there's carbon dioxide in coal back then, if not still, but I'm no expert. Yeah, he says they don't make it like how they did back then. They didn't have a lot of knowledge about cancer type things, so they didn't really know what caused cancer back then. But the reason why he's coming forward is he's like, he's talking about getting out of a hard situation, because he's like, you might feel down in the dumps someday, but there are, he wants to say, you still have privileges that other people don't. So he's like, stop looking for things that you don't have. It's just going to make you sadder, and it's just going to make you feel like nothing and pointless, and life is pointless. But if you look at the stuff that you really have, then you will really truly understand why you were here and why you have this purpose in living. He's very much talking about like, you don't know what you have until it's gone. He has like a very like interesting accent. Hold on. I feel like he's in South in the U.S. and he's not very educated. That's what he says. I also feel like he was a smoker on top of it all. Yes, that's exactly what I said in the beginning. I was like, it didn't really matter because he was like smoking so badly. Yes, there is. There's a coal mine today that has been burning since the 70s, I think. That's dangerous because of the carbon monoxide. This makes so much sense for me. Yeah. Yeah, he has like a heart of gold, but he like looks very scary, intimidating, and gruff. What was the time period? Hold on. I have to look up what things that he's told me about it. Okay, he says like at the end of the Industrial Revolution, but like at the beginning of more of like electrical stuff happening. Does that make sense? Because I know I have Brendan in here, so maybe they can tell me time periods. Looking at spice from the 1800s steel company coal shoveler law. Yeah, it's like at the end of the Industrial Revolution. He's like, things were about to change to be in, like, the fuel would be different somehow. I heard around 1870s. And then he says it was like during a time where there was more like electricity coming to be normal. At the World Fair. 1880s was when electricity was revealed at the World Fair. Yeah, that makes sense. So around that period of time is like end of the 1800s, early 1900s, but I feel like 1900s is a bit too late. So, do you have any questions for him? And family-wise, I don't know that he had, like, a family. His name, I am terrible at names. If anyone in chat wants to give me a guess, I'll ask my pendulum. Did he have a family? Yeah, that's what I'm getting into. Let's see. I don't think he had a, like... I don't think he got married or had a family. Mm-hmm. Arnold? Fred? Both no. I'm terrible at names. I'm very much one of those people that are like, if you tell me your name, like you living as a person tell me your name, I'm gonna be so nervous that I'm not gonna remember it at all. I'm not even gonna like hear it. Bartholomew von Skeet. But I don't think he had a family. I think he was mostly by himself. He says he didn't live very long, but I don't really buy that either. I think he's giving excuses. He wasn't necessarily lonely. He just wasn't in a like relationship with a woman. I don't think he was gay though. I was like, wait, are you gay? No. But he had a lot of friends. He was always surrounded by people, but he didn't have a like family of his own. I like being alone a lot. So, yeah. But moving on to our next reading, I have Kayla. Kayla, are you still here? Hi, can I get a non-human past life, please? Tinks. Yeah, you can. Honestly, makes sense. Because that's what I was feeling like was going to come up. Rigger's talking about how good the video is. And I'm excited to see the update after I leave the chat. If people are still interested in readings, I think this is the link. Here it is. There's still 2 left after Kayla. And if not, I might open up some different kind of readings, or we can just vibe. We'll see how it goes. Okay. I have to ask questions because I'm not entirely sure what I'm looking at. This is like one of those things that I would like to draw to explain it. Okay. No. Okay. You have a goblin past life. Yeah, because I was like, are you a baby? What's up? Hi guys, hope you've been well. On the topic of past lives, I've always wondered, is there a connection between past lives, future self, and human instinct? What do you mean? What do you mean by human instinct? Because yes, there is a connection between past lives and future self, because we like to say that we are the universe experiencing itself. So it's like our souls make up the universe as if it was the cells to a body. So like we use the term like soul type And it's like your soul helps to create different concepts of reality. So, like, the big overreaching idea is that some souls are life souls that deal with, like, existence, like rebirth, that sort of thing, versus death souls that deal with endings and change and death. But it's kind of like the cells of a body. Each cell is categorized by what organ they are making up, as well as what system it makes up after that, and then it makes up the body itself. So it's kind of like that. Does that make sense? The human instincts part is the one that I'm not fully understanding, because I do feel like the life and death souls does affect the way you think and exist as a human being. But to me, instinct is also based on biology. So, like, biology of the thing that you are incarnating as. But back to Kayla. Let me know if I answered your question. But also, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Okay, so sold out on readings, but I will restock them after I finish Allie's reading. But Kayla, you have a goblin past life, and I was confused at first because I was like, are you a fae being? Because how he looks, he's masculine. He's probably like 2 feet tall. He's very skinny, lanky arms and body, and then he has a bigger, like, square head. And then he has kind of like, I don't know if they're ears or horns, but they're pointy and they go up. And then he has like he doesn't want me to say this, but he has beady eyes. And obviously he deals with decay, because naturally, that's why I was asking if he was a fae being, but he's a goblin, which I guess is different.
I don't know why, but a little decay goblin for Kayla makes so much sense.
Riker said a little. My trinkets. They said. Riker said a little trinklet. What did you say? My trinkets. No. They said that a little decay goblin makes sense for Kayla. I have so many trinkets. Sorry, I'm like trying to ask him questions, but he's not human, so I'm like, what do I ask a non-human being? God, they kind of just remind me of like little Smurf things. There's like a horde of them. A horde of goblins. You live in like a swampy area, and it's very specifically swamp wet, green, very lush area. I feel like whatever you do instigates life to happen around you, but you are not the thing that instigates it. You are just the thing that ends cycles, and it creates. He wants to say, I am the thing that decays. The decay then goes to the, like, whatever is in the ground. I think it's like rhizomes or something. That could be completely wrong. I'm sorry. There's like some sort of like microorganism type thing in the ground that helps like change it into like being fertile. So he's like, I don't do that part. I pass it on to the next part of the cycle. But I'm the thing that puts like fungus on top of the things that are dying. He just likes to correct me when I talk to him. So I was like, so like the angel of death, and he's like, I'm not an angel. I don't have that ranking. He's very blunt. There's no, like, he wants to say there's no human aspect, no human emotion getting in the way. But he's very logical. He's very, this is how it works. These are the rules. This is how it works. Oh, okay, he's blunt to you too. Yeah, so he like sounds like he's being snarky, but he actually doesn't know what that means. Like, doesn't understand what snarky means. Yeah. He's like, I'm not being snarky, it's just the facts. Hold on, I want to see what you're talking about. Because Luke says he looks like Brogston from the Newbie Adventurer. Yeah, that is his vibe. I see him a lot less buff. And very kind of scrawny. He's also like covered in like moss or lichen, something green. Something green, and it like grows on the tops of like it grows like on the tops of like logs and stuff, and like hangs down like moss or something. Sorry, I'm like asking him more questions of what's important. What do you want to talk about? He says you want to know more so about why he exists, why you exist, why things like that. He says that you work specifically with they want to say the touch of death. So he's like, it's not the angel of death, because again, that's a very high ranking position. You don't get to ever engage with someone like that. You are the one that passes it on. So a grim type energy is the thing that he's referring to. That's the touch of death. That's what he just keeps saying, touch of death. It's like an entity that comes in and makes something end to be reborn. Touch of death. What are your thoughts on the theory of birthmarks being how you died in your past life? Dude, I think it's accurate. And I say that just because, if you guys know Richard, he's a lovely demon type thing, one of our spirit guides. When we first met him, he had this lovely thing that he would do to both Riker and I for an entire month every single day, which is, we did basically like past life regressions where we relived our past lives over and over and over again. And I have like, I guess it's like a mole or a freckle like right here. And I saw why I have that and felt it. It was basically, I don't remember how it happened. I just remember the feeling of it. But this like huge pole went through my body, like here out, and it like missed the things that would kill me immediately, is what I want to say. So I know what it's like to have like a sword type thing through your body. It was a good time. But yeah, I have like a birthmark mole type thing like in my rib cage. And I was like, oh god, I wish I didn't know why that's there. Interesting. I'm going to have to think about that. My sister, my father, and I all have birthmarks on the same place, and it's roughly the same shape. Always found that interesting. Yeah, I have birthmarks in other places, but that's a little bit more traumatic. I've had a lot of traumatic past lives than I want to share on YouTube. But, yeah. So, Kayla, do you have questions? He says that he's coming forward specifically because in this life you're going to be dealing with a lot of death. He wants to say on a higher level than he was. He says you're going to be working with souls that are higher level on the cycle of death. I don't know if that makes sense to you. I just want to talk to him about what the touch of death means. Thank you, M. Is this true? Yes.
I also got yes.
Mm-hmm. Riker also got yes. Yeah, he's like, I was at the like bottom part of the cycle of death. You have taken a couple steps up based upon who you know. My sister had a birthmark on her shoulder, and my first thought was the polio vaccine. Interesting. Dude, that would be a way to go, my God. Missed the vital organs. It did hit my organs, but it didn't hit my heart because it, like, was in the wrong spot for that. Because, I don't know. This is what Richard explained to me for whatever reason. He's like, it hit vital parts. However, it didn't hit the part that would kill you on impact. You were able to live a couple minutes after that happened, so you know what it feels like. And I was conscious for it. So he's like, it happened too fast for you to be unconscious, and it hit you in the right spot to keep you alive long enough so you could feel it. That's all I can tell you about it. It's horrible. But I think I was like on a horse, and it was like a sword type pole thing. It was bad. It also tracks why he's stepping forward now. Yeah. Yeah, he's very much like, death witch things for you are very important, is what he wants me to tell you, and keeps telling me to say something. Because you are going to impact more people than you realize. And it is... He says it's just the beginning. Like, you haven't even started it yet. You've just... There was a spark recently, and it's gonna grow from there. But do you have questions? Let me know. I can also talk to you about it later if you have questions later. Just let me know. But we're on Katie. Full second past life. Do you have any specific questions, Katie? Also, are you still here? I just want to make sure you're like here and there's not like an ad playing for you or something. I want a non-human one too. Okay, that's what I figured as much, to be quite honest. Okay, I might... Let me see. Kayla says, yeah, I keep seeing someone walk through the cemetery doing death witch things. No questions. Thank you. Yeah. And also, I forgot to tell you about what the touch of death means. It's an association to Grim Reapers. However, there's different Grims for different types of death. So, like, there is a Reaper for human beings. There's a Reaper for animals in specific areas. There is a Reaper for, like, plants and things like that. I feel like you were a Reaper for... Or, like, you weren't a Reaper, but you dealt with the death touch. Is associated to, like, some sort of plant type thing, like fungus. So it was like very, very basic breaking down of things, like the bottom of the food chain. I don't know if that makes sense. I would love a reading if there's a queue. I think they're sold out right now. But I can restock them now instead of later. Yeah, let's restock them. I'll put 5 more in there. They'll probably sit for a second, so. But I'm going to do Katie. We're going to do a non-human one. Makes sense. But yeah, let me know if you have questions about that because I can help answer it because I'm not sure what to ask him about that. But he like makes me feel like whatever the like death touch is it's kind of like some, I don't know, they make me feel like they use like some sort of like fungus or something that spreads and it causes the decay of things, which is why he calls it the death touch. So it's like if like trees have this type of fungus on it, it like starts to decay the tree even if the tree is starting to like even if the tree is alive. But that's because he's like, not all Grims are the death touch, but this type of Grim is. So hopefully that is helpful information. But I'm going to restock. I have Katie and then Allie, and then I'll put 5 more in here. Okay, let me grab the link. If you guys are interested in one of these readings, here is the link. They are restocked. There'll be 5 in there. They'll sit for a second. The link is also pinned at the top of chat and is in the description as well. But we're going to do Katie. We're doing a non-human past life. These cards were for you. Sorry, I'm like, there's a lot of them, so I'm trying to figure out which one to talk to. Okay, so this is one. Yes. I feel like you have a lot of animal past lives, but you also have like weird metaphysical past lives. Which one would you like to hear about? Would you like an animal one, or would you like what is the word I'm looking for? Like fantasy type one? Metaphysical. Okay. Well, this will be interesting then. Okay. I feel like you have a Pegasus past life. Like a horse with wings. I don't know. My spirit guides are like, don't freak out. There's so many like parallels and alternate dimensions. How implausible would it be for a horse to have wings? But or alien-ish fantasy. Yeah. You have like a Pegasus. You have like a horse with wings. God. You're a weird color too. Not weird to me. Great. You're like an iridescent color. Hold on. Because I'm like, are you white? No. Are you the color that you see in my head? Yes. The color I see in my head is like this blue color. But I think it's like the glare off of like the sheen off of their coloring. I feel like they're kind of like a gray, but their fur has this like shine to it that is a little bit blue. You know how people have like black hair, but it like shines blue? I don't know if that makes sense. That's the color that they are. They are masculine too. They're a boy. You definitely didn't fall asleep. Don't worry, we're talking about Katie's past life as a Pegasus, a flying horse. Yes. Okay, they want me to say... Okay, they're from a different realm of existence. So they aren't something that is part of the physical realm. They are like an energetic realm of existence that is, I think, higher than us. Seems like they're higher. Yeah. Is this something that humans have made? No. Interesting. Ooh, are you on the plane that gods exist? Oh god, okay. Sorry, because they're showing me, what they're telling me about it is they're like, sorry, I don't know a lot of things about deities either, but they're telling me about deities. Riker,
What's up?
is there a deity that has like a Pegasus, and is it Zeus?
Yes.
Okay, is it Zeus?
Yeah, because he gives a Pegasus to his son, Hercules.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Because that's what they're showing me, because I'm like, okay, what realm of existence do you exist from? And he says that he comes from the plane of existence where the gods exist. And now it's kind of like absolutely blowing my mind. Because there's a realm of existence where gods exist, and it is not here, but is here. I don't know if that makes sense to people. I was just looking up deities early before the live. Yeah, because they showed me like a little Pegasus, like a little white Pegasus with Zeus. He is not the Pegasus that's with Zeus, but he used that information to tell me that he's on the same plane as gods. So he's like, because there are like, I forget what the right word is, and if you guys know what I'm talking about, if a collective believes in a certain thing, it makes that thing exist. It's like a thought form, but there's like a word for it. I forget what it is. He's not that. He existed before humans had thoughts. Humans existed. He existed before that, or like his kind. And it's because he lives on the same plane as gods. So it is my understanding that gods are not like thought forms from human beings. And if you think about it, this is what Riker and I talk about a lot, because a lot of people are like, oh, well, they're just personifications of things that are in our realms. However, I don't necessarily believe that, because if that's true, why does different cultures of people see similar beings for the same, like, whatever it is in our realm? So, like, why is in every culture the sun god look a specific way, a man have these specific characteristics, etc., etc., etc.? So it's kind of like, are they perceiving the sun, or are they perceiving like a being that's associated to the sun? Whatever it is. Yeah. Manifestation. No, it's like an egregore, maybe that's the word. It's not that. We're not creating the idea of Pegasus. They are in the same plane of gods. What?
Are we talking about my theory?
Yes. You want to tell them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling them about the theory about how gods existed before humans.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like so many ancient cultures, and I'm talking like way, way back in the day. They have like, there's so many consistencies throughout cultures.
Can't hear.
Can you hear now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Can you hear? Can you hear us?
Can you hear me now? Yes.
Yes. Yes. Get closer to the mic, Vanessa.
Is this better, Vanessa?
Is this better, Vanessa?
Is this better?
Gets closer and quieter somehow.
But what was I saying?
We're talking about
yes.
ancient cultures and their view of gods.
Ancient cultures and their view of like gods, demons, just spirituality across like, you know, like Egypt, Greece, even like Aztec. There's so many ancient cultures that have a similar view about deities, and you know, they're all like polytheistic versus like monotheistic, like Christianity. And there's so many, like, there's always a death god in every single culture, or sun gods, and there's similarities between what they deal with and how they function across all the cultures, but the biggest difference is how they look and some of their mannerisms. And to me, that is where the human aspect of, like, that is how we humanized those energies and to become
It's our
those gods.
interpretation.
Yeah, that's our
of an energy
interpretation.
that already exists.
Yeah, and that's why there's differences between like Apollo and Ra. Like there's going to be differences between them, but the concept of a deity controlling the sun, especially like with if you just want to talk about sun, there's so many cultures that talk about the sun being pulled across the sky, and same with the moon. And so there's always those types of deities with variations. And I think that how we view them now has changed just because of how our culture has changed, and with the spread of Christianity and how much easier it is nowadays for us to communicate with people across the world. It's kind of like blended a little bit more, but but you still have religions like Hinduism that have a lot of those same aspects that ancient cultures do. So I think that we created a lot of the like mythology stories surrounding and like we personified those energies to make them more human like.
It's literally like playing telephone.
Yeah, so that's how we interpreted it as humans, but those energies had to have existed throughout all those cultures for cultures who never interacted to come to similar conclusions. That's my like anthropological like idea of it.
So is it like the same death deity that just presents themselves to different cultures differently?
My opinion is that there was maybe like one energy that represents death, let's say, and now we have like Hades. Hades is different than Pluto, but like Pluto is the exact Roman counterpart to Greek Hades. So I think that now the individualness of like the difference between Hades, Pluto, Anubis, and so on, we created that over time through the different cultures, but overall they represent the same big thing.
Yeah, it's like the 3 leaves on a clover. Each leaf is separate, but it still is the thing that makes up the clover. Does that make sense?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this fucking Pegasus past life is telling me that there is a plane of existence that you can go to that is where the gods exist. And it's just funny to me because we were talking to Riker's brother, Jay. I say that with quotes because I don't know if people like actually think they're like siblings. So I just wanted to let you guys know this is the last time I'm going to do the quotes things. But I'm going to refer to him as Brother Jay. He works with Heimdall, which is a deity that deals with like pathways and stuff like that. And he works with him and I don't know, took Riker to go see the underworld and Olympus. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. But I didn't think about it as a like full on plane of existence that you can like walk around on and whatever. But he's like, the plane of existence where gods exist is where I exist. So it is a plane that is up higher than us, so that they're able to see everything below it in the physical realm. But there is a like deity realm. Does that make sense? That's where you're from. Yes, a big game of telephone. Yeah. Fucking. Literally, I started off being like, there is no way. There's no way that Katie has a past life as a Pegasus. I'm like, a horse with wings seems like that doesn't happen in the physical realm, because how would a horse fly with wings? That doesn't make any sense. It makes sense if it's in the god realm. And it makes sense that the god realm exists. Told you I needed to hear my non-human ones. Lol. Dude. That is going to be my existential crisis for today. And I'm also going to, at some point, force Jay to take us, potentially, in a coven meeting to Olympus and the underworld, so I can see it, because I want to know what it's like. I also just need to see how he does it, so then maybe I could do it. And we'll take you guys on field trips. Do you have questions? Yes! Vanessa. Yeah, Vanessa, you need to be there, too. I mean, I don't think... You didn't take Vanessa anywhere with Jay, right?
What?
You didn't take Vanessa anywhere with Jay, right?
No.
Okay, great. I just want to make sure. Like, do I have to be jealous of you as well? What do they want to tell me or let me know? Okay. Oh god, this is so weird. Sorry, I'm just asking him questions because I'm interested. I think he says that he was like a pet type thing for one of the gods. So he works with the gods in a like pet owner type relationship. He has things to say. What do you want to say? God. So weird. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of like in shock of like, wow. This is not real. Anyways, sorry. I have the memory of a I don't know, of a bug. I want to say goldfish because that's the saying, but it's inaccurate. But who did I tell you your last past life was? I don't remember. Because when I go into these, I'm like fully like talking to someone else and saying what they're saying. The coal miner. Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure that that was you. He's talking about how you are more powerful than you think. And that's the reason why I was asking you, because I was like, didn't the coal miner said the same thing? I was like, is the coal miner yours? Yes, so that makes sense. He's talking about how when you're in a tight situation, because we're physical beings, think that there is only one option and there's only one way to do something. But you're not just a physical being, you're an energetic being. So you have the ability to manifest things in your life that you never thought possible. And the issue with being a person and living is that we have this preconceived notion that we are fully restricted and can't do things, but that is not true. That illusion is the thing that restricts and stops us. So they're like, you need to view or look past the illusion of the wall in front of you because you have ways and methods of getting over it. It was Harold, but I don't think you caught that in the comment. Let me see. Is it Harold? Harold is a winner. Dude, you're good at names. Tell me how you do it. I'm really bad at names. I can get names, but it usually takes me a couple days. Like days. I have to be like, okay, you're gonna have to tell me your name. And then within the next like 2-3 days, they'll somehow like give me some sign or symbol and then it'll be like, that's me. And I'm like, shit. Which is also hilarious because I'm sorry, I'm being trolled because the investigation that we just went on is kind of like that. Terrible with names. Took me a long time to get that dude's name. Names are hard. Do you have questions? Cause Jesus Christ, did I say that your Pegasus life? He doesn't have a family. I don't think I said that. Cause I was like, so do you have a family? What's it like being like a Pegasus? And he was like, well, I'm kind of just like, I serve one of the gods. And he doesn't have a family because he serves one of the gods. That's not his purpose in life. He's not like a stud, I guess the right word is. He's just there to serve. Luke says they step through the gate and tell me depending how tapped in plus I made a spiritual contract with all realms. How did you do that? What do you mean you made a contract with all realms? And can a contract be like selling your soul like to a demon? And if I have done that, not saying that I did, would that ruin it and I wouldn't be able to have a contract with all the realms? I'm mostly interested in what you mean by that. Kate says he's very much a pet, I think. He's an animal in their realms. Mm-hmm. Not Em always trying to sell her soul. Well, I also just want to know if people think that I have sold my soul. Like, did I? Because I don't necessarily remember doing that. But also, I have a lot of demon things following me around, so maybe I am a demon and they sold their soul to me. I don't fucking know. I made a contract using the round table method in my sleep, and now all realms are connected. The round table method? Is that something I can look up? Because, like, I kind of know what you're talking about, because I do feel like that shit happens when you're asleep. Hi. Oh, hi, Riker. They say hi. Roundtable method is a collaborative learning approach where participants sit in a circle and share ideas. Interesting. It's because you have so much soul. They're attracted to you. It happens to me. Dude, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I know I have contracts with specific, like, daemon type things because, like, I work with Asmodeus, I work with, like, Lilith, Beelzebub, Lucifer, list goes on. So I'm like, I don't think it necessarily sold things to them, but I don't know if I have or not, and I'm interested in what people say about that. But Katie, do you have questions about that? If not, I'm going to move on to the next person, which is Allie. And I think there's one left. Yeah. If you work with them, does that always mean you typically have a contract? It's kind of like a soul contract. Like, they're contracted to interact with me and I'm contracted to interact with them. But it's not like me selling my soul. That's, I think, a different. I'll sell you my soul. Maybe you already have, Vanessa. If you think of Reincarnated as a slime anime where all the demon lords came together, that's what happens. They have their own gate. Interesting. I have seen that series. It's really good. You guys should watch it. It's really weird, but it's really good. Anything anyone not covered so far? Cosmic Serpent, Guardian of the Portal, Flynn Rider. Oh yeah, I remember we read you a lot. Also mentioned a Fae past life because the Fae that waits for me at the window to come home. Okay, let me ponder on that. Flynn Rider. Cosmic Serpent. I remember all of these. We drew them. Okay, no. Okay, so the first thing that I see is a man. He is thin. He has brown hair. His hair is, like, really long on top and it's, like, shaved on the sides and it's graying on the sides. And then he has a mustache. He looks like early 1900s. He has, like, a quill pen and is at a desk writing in front of a window. So I asked him if he was a writer and he told me no. So I asked if he was writing to someone and he says yes. I feel like he's from France. I feel like he was writing to some woman, some blonde woman with curly hair. Okay, history buff. Was there a war in France in the early 1900s? Could be the World War One or World War Two. Depends on that. That's probably a big one. Hold on. Because he's talking about his like wife being across seas. No, being sent somewhere safe because there was a lot of like not so great activity happening from the war. So let's see. World War One. Yes. I feel like it was happening during World War One. Yeah, World War One was a big deal in France in the 1910s. Yeah, early 1900s France. He's talking about a war, and that's the reason why you guys were separated. I don't feel like he was in the war, but he was in an air like. I don't know how to like put this. He says that it's not that he was like in an active war ground. It's not that he was drafted. It is more so during that period of time, it was almost like law wasn't really reinforced. So he didn't feel safe having a wife and child in the area in which they lived. So she went to go live with her parents. And I feel like they lived in a different country, her parents. Sorry, I'm just reading chat. You guys are talking about some crazy things. Like, cool. I got trolled last night when Asmodeus was like, I'm your spirit guide on the Ouija. Was she my soulmate? No. She wasn't soulmate. She's very, very sweet. You're very, very worried about her. I'm just like curious as to why he couldn't go with his wife. I feel like it was money issues, and I don't know if this makes sense. They were worried about men leaving the country because they might need them. So they were fine with women finding like refuge other places, but when the men were leaving is when there was a lot of issues with it. He says they're very lucky to have gotten her out too. She's very cute. She looks like very like Alice in Wonderland. Her hair is like super super blonde and curly and pretty and like pulled back in like a bow. And this is his wife. She's in like a checkered like dress with like thick straps and like a white shirt. And then she has like white stockings and like dark shoes. And she has like this little girl that has dark hair and looks like her dad, but has the same curly, like the way her hair looks is a shorter version to her mom, but it's dark like her dad's. I get trolled all the time with deity associating being my spirit guide versus someone who I work with. Deities can come and go, be who they want, be for me, and it's slightly annoying because trolled so nonchalantly. Yeah, usually deities are not spirit guides, but I have met people that it's kind of true and kind of not true. I don't know. But most of the time it's not even like an exception. They're just like deities are someone that works with you. Let me see what's the reason for him coming forward. He's talking about love. Were they ever reunited? Sorry, first thing he says is no. Okay, this is what he tells me, because I'm like, I don't have any context of what it's like to live during like war times. Which is a privilege. It's nice. He's like talking about how it was very similar to like how they portrayed it in Avatar: The Last Airbender, and still then it was a kid's show and it was very nice, but he's like, that is like the easiest concept that he can like explain to me in my brain so I understand. But he's like, there was a lot of poor people and there was a lot of crime because of it. So he's talking about there's a lot of like resistance from the people and they would do dumb things. I feel like he died in an explosion. And it wasn't in an active war ground. It was just some dumbass. Late to the stream and wasn't planning on getting a reading, but I have a problem. I'm excited to read you though, Vivian. Also, did you get my email? I sent out tarot readings from the New Year's Eve stream. And Allie, I also sent one to you as well. So make sure you check out it because it might be a weird email because I sent it to your PayPal email. I got mine. Oh yes, and Becky's in here too. I did. Okay, great. I'm glad people are getting them because I'm like, I hope you guys are checking these. But yeah, do you have questions, Allison? Other than, were they reunited? Yes, I did. I haven't had a chance to look. Yeah, no, I'm just glad that you like got it because I was like, I don't know if these are going to like people and they like realize it's going to a weird email. What does he want to say about love? Okay, thank you for bringing me back to that because he's like talking about love in the sense of like that is the thing that is important of why he's coming forward because he's talking about the love that he had for that woman was very important and pivotal in his life, and it made him he wants to say it made him into the man that he always dreamed of being. He's talking about what it was like becoming a father. He's like, you just meet someone and they just absolutely change your perception of who you are. Like, he met this woman made him into a husband and then made him into a father and then made him into this great man. So it's like how much other people can impact your life and make you better. He's like, when you're in a relationship like that, that's how you know you're in the right relationship. He had one of those like big fun romantic lovely relationships, and he's talking about how that is important because it gives you a reason. He's like talking about how there's not really a point to a lot of things. Like, he lived during wartime. Like, there's not really, like, nothing matters. Literally nothing matters. The only thing that matters in this human life is love itself. Why else would we come here? So if you're not focused on that and focusing on connection, what else is there? That's why he's here, to tell you that. But hope that makes sense. Moving on to Miki. Miki, are you here? And then I think these are sold out after Vivian. Let me just check. Yes. It's amazing. It's so good. Dude, I'm excited to watch it. Yeah, so tomorrow, because today's Wednesday, tomorrow is Thursday, we're releasing our video at Wildwood. So it's going to come live at 7 p.m. EST. It's going to be a fun time. It's my first past life reading, so really whatever you want to tell me. Okay, cool. Hold on. Members, if you want to get the tea behind the scenes of a video, join members. Because we watched the premiere together in Discord. And we'll be in there at 7. So if you are a member, make sure to check that out. We'll be in there. Also, what was I going to say? We are doing Mediumship Circle on Friday for members as well. So I just sent out a post about that. Okay, Miki. This one's gonna be interesting. Okay. You have a bear past life. A grizzly bear. Oh, wait. Hold on. It might not be a grizzly bear. You're a very big, large brown bear. And I think you're a brown bear versus a grizzly bear. Because that's what they told me. But I'm like, are brown bears the same as grizzly bears? I don't know. Is brown bear a thing? Brown bears and grizzly... No, it says brown bears and grizzly bears are the same species. Yeah, that's why I wanted to make sure. No, I don't know. The difference is regional. Bears found inland are referred to as grizzlies, while those on the coast are known as brown bears. Which makes sense why they told me that. A brown black bear? No, it's a brown bear. Grizzlies are actually a subspecies of brown bear. Whatever that means, you're some sort of large brown bear. You are a female, and you have 2 little cubs with you, and it's adorable. Oh my god. Talking to animals is so weird. Do bears eat, wood, trees? I know they eat meat, but I'm pretty sure they're omnivores. Okay, they are omnivores. Because they're, talking about... Hold on. Brown bear... They're, talking about pine trees? I don't know if brown bears live there, though. Location? Arctic coast. Okay, great. This is just very weird to me because I'm like, is this stuff real? So brown bear range is circles in the Arctic because I'm like, it's I know what pine trees taste like the wood of pine trees. I feel like that is what you would eat a lot of the times. I know this sounds so weird. They eat berries and fish. Dude, I don't know. I know what pine trees taste like, so they're omnivores. They give me like dog vibes. That's the kind of shit they eat. Dogs just eat whatever is in front of them. But you had a little family of 2 little baby bear cubs, which is adorable. you lived up in an area where there were coniferous trees, pine trees, and you have this very sweet energy as a bear. It was like very important for you to live that life because it made you feel connected to existence. Because I feel like you struggle with being present. Does that make sense to you? Oh my god, what a life. That's very funny. Wow, I was just about to ask that. Yeah, they like make me feel like, yeah, I dissociate all the time. Yeah, they make me feel like you struggle very deeply with like existing in a human life. It just like, it doesn't make any like logical sense to you as a soul to like care about weird human things like capitalism and finances. But when you were a bear, it just like made sense. Like you biologically, it makes sense with the environment around you. You like thrived, survived in the area that you were in. Humans don't do that, and that's what she's talking about. She's like, there's so many people that are like homeless and don't have any resources, but there's enough resources for everyone, so why is that an issue? You know what I'm saying? That's what she's talking about. It just makes people feel like they're not enough, like they're not supposed to be here, and that they are disconnected from everything. I feel this in my soul, which makes sense. So she's like, the reason why I came forward, because she knows it's silly that a bear is coming forward and telling you like fucking absolutely existential crises of the world. Of like, she lived in an area where there were mountains. She lived in an area where it was very like wooded forest, and it was beautiful. Everything made sense. There was enough food and water for her and her like cubs, and she just felt like she was supposed to be there and everything was okay. So it's like you needed that life to feel okay being a human being in the next. Do you have questions? Yeah, she lived a very, very good life as a bear. At least I had that comfort. Yeah, she says that in your life now, you need to always look back at your roots, because people like to convince you that you're not enough and you shouldn't be there. But if you look back at your roots, clearly that's a lie. And what that like means is don't allow people to say you're not enough. And I feel like you have a deep connection to nature itself. Being around like cities just makes you feel unwanted. Right, I'm one with nature. Yeah, I feel like being in a place where there is just more like, I don't know if you would be better off if you lived near mountains in a more like wooded area, but they make me feel like that would make you feel better. You're like one of those cottagecore people that are like, my life's journey is to live in a cottage, make soup, make little fairy houses and put them out for the fairies, and I live next to a huge mountain because that's my future. That's what I want. I also saw a jungle cat past life for Miki, and was wondering if you saw it too. It would be like a smaller species, like an ocelot or a savant. I don't know if I said that second one all right. But yeah, I feel like you have a lot of animal past lives. I feel like you struggle to be human. What's up, Charles? It's been a while. We're doing past life readings. Nothing is certain except death and taxes. Listen, it's fucking tax season, my guy. You know you were here yesterday. I did some more of my taxes today. And I don't have to do my taxes. I have a CPA, but I have to give him paperwork, and I always get really worried about me giving him the wrong things. I thought you wanted a Victorian mansion. Yes, but what if the Victorian mansion is next to a mountain in the woods, Vanessa. The cabin can be a Victorian mansion. That's where I'm at. But I do want to make little fairy houses. Sorry, I found like a magnetic spot in my keyboard and my pendulum is sticking to it. And I have ADHD and now all the thoughts in my head are gone. A Victorian style mansion in Colorado. Yes. I also want to live like in Salem, but that's a different story. There's a lot of things that I want, and honestly, we're probably going to live just in every house because that's who I am as a person. Next person is Danielle. Do you have any questions? Oh no, you said no, that was perfect. Danielle, are you here? Hi. Okay. Have we done any readings, like past life readings for you? Cottagecore Victorian Fairy House Mansion in Salem. Yes. You can come visit because you're going to work for us because I need you to be near me. No, ma'am. Okay, great. Okay, old man. First thing I see is an old man smoking a pipe. He has one of those, what are those hats called? Like a newspaper hat? Newsboy hat. He like looks more recent. He's very old, like 90s probably. He has like a huge ass family. He is foreign. I don't know where. Somewhere like in the UK-esque, like overseas. Because he has like a twang. I don't know if Irish makes sense. But I don't think it's Irish. I'm really bad at accents. But he has like a UK like overseas accent. And he's white and he's like a bigger dude. He's hairy or like has like a lot of scruff and his hair is very, very light, which tells me that he had like red blonde, like strawberry blonde hair. My grandfather has a family from the UK. Okay. Did he live to be really old? Hold on. You're not. No, okay. I don't think this is the same person. I just gotta make sure, because sometimes that happens. He's still alive. Great. Because I'm like, I'm not talking to your grandfather, am I? No, I asked him. He said no. I just gotta make sure, because sometimes that shit just, like, catches me off guard. But he had, like, very, very light colored hair. He had, like, strawberry blonde hair. He's, like, a big dude. He is, like, medium build. The sweetest man ever. He, like, lived through some, like, shit and could just, like, tell you for days about everything and anything. But I feel like he is more recent. Like, he maybe died in the 80s or 90s. Or 70s, like that kind of area. That's when he died at like 90. God. He talks about having a wife. He's just talking about all of his grandkids. Kind of seems like me. My family says I'm like an old soul. Yeah. He just like has so much like knowledge and like experience, but he talks mostly about children, like his grandchildren. He's like, I don't understand nowadays why all of the adults are like so bent out of shape about what they have, because that was never the point for me. It was never the point ever at all in any of the generations that I lived in, because I wasn't existing for myself. I was existing for my kids and my kids' kids. I wanted my country to be able to support them, and I did everything I could to do that. And nowadays, it's not like that. It's selfish. And he just talks about all of these grandchildren that he has. I feel like he had like a huge ass family, and I feel like his wife died pretty young, like 60s, 70s. He makes me want to cry. He's very much talking about how society is right now, like very, very selfish. And it like breaks his heart. Because it's like, I don't know. I'm sorry if this gets like weird political, but he's talking about like shootings in schools. And he's like, it's absolutely unforgivable that we just think that is just a normal occurrence. He's like, I used to fight wars to prevent stuff like that, and it didn't even matter because now we're doing it within our own country. Yeah, he has a lot of opinions about what's going on right now, and it's not even like, it's very much not for himself, it's for his kids and his kids' kids. And obviously, because, like, I'm saying he's, like, from the UK, he's talking about the reason why he came forward is to talk about what's going on now. Does he have any advice for me? No. Okay. Sorry, I'm asking him questions about it. Does he have any messages or advice for you? He's talking about voice. Okay, what he's saying is I don't know, it's like the last reading that I had, where they're talking about how we are more powerful than we can imagine. He says people just need to put down, he wants to say put down your guns, put down your pens and papers, put down the money, and use your voice to connect. So he says, living life in this day and age, it doesn't change from when it was back then. The more someone speaks out and uses their voice, the more people are going to start noticing. People, I don't know, he's talking about, like, guns, and he's talking about how people think that is like the most horrible weapon, but he's like, he wants to say the most powerful weapon, but he's like, that's not true. Your voice is, because you get up to like people in power or the more abusive people, and the thing that they want to do is to shut you up, and they'll do anything in order to make that happen. I'm very introverted and don't like confrontation. Makes sense of why he's saying this to you. Because he's like, your voice can protect you, but you need to be ready and willing to be your truest self in order to do so. And he's like, you don't need to change the world. That's not what this is about. He's like, you're going to need to have a backbone because the country isn't going to give one to you. The country is not your backbone anymore. It used to be, but it's not anymore. So he's like, you're going to have to be your own support, your own backbone. Does that make sense? But I do want to like clarify, you don't need to like change the world. You don't need to like make people like, believe you that everything is like not good and selfish. That's not what it's about. It's about not letting those people dictate who you are. Because he's like, the adults used to do that for the kids, but it doesn't really work that way anymore. But do you have any other questions before I move on to Emma? And Emma, are you here? And then after Emma, I have Very Reckless and then Vivian. What's up? No, thank you. Okay. Emma, have we done any past life readings for you? You have a familiar name, so that's why I'm asking. First time, what's up? Okay. You have a woman. She is blonde. And she's very good at cooking. Because whatever she is doing in the kitchen smells fantastic. Something with butter and probably meat, but I'm not really a meat eater, but it smells really good. Okay. I think you're Scottish. Because I'm Scottish. Tiny, blonde and red hair. Yeah. She is the cutest seeking thing ever. I think she's from Scotland. She's talking about living during, like, the 1920s, potentially. Mm-hmm. She is so cute. She is not very, okay. She wants to state that she was pretty much poor for most of her life because she lived in a very big family. And then when she was ready to have her own family, she had like 5 kids. And she was a housewife. You had a husband. Your husband has red hair or like auburn colored hair because it's kind of like, it looks brown, but it has like a red tint in it. I just mentioned Scotland last reading. Creepy. Oh, weird. Really? I'm a vegan though. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Ooh, meat is not my thing. But what they wanted me to smell specifically, which gave me Scotland, is the butter. Which I know that sounds really weird, but it just smells like cooking butter. And I am Scottish, and one of the things that I had to cook in like grade school for like cultural day or whatever was I think they're called shortbread, which is like a very buttery like cookie. So I'm like, oh, you're from Scotland, because I just have this perception that people from Scotland really like their butter. So that's why they told me that. But I feel like she was a housewife and she took care of the kids because you had a lot of kids. So there was that. And I feel like your husband was some sort of, I think he was like a carpenter. He did something with wood. He worked with his hands a lot. Oh my god, shortbread are so good. I was very bad at making shortbread as a child. I'm also just very bad at cooking in general. So it tasted like a butter stick, but I do know what shortbread actually tastes like. I just did not accomplish it then. But she's like very cutesy and tiny and has like a very big voice and is very like outgoing, happy. She's the kind of person that would leave her doors unlocked because everybody is allowed to come over and to join the family table. Was she a nurse at some point? Yes. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like when she got married and was pregnant with her first kid, she was just housewife because it was one kid after another kid after another kid. I feel like you had your kids very, very close together. But I think the nurse thing makes sense because she's a very, very caring person. That's what she likes to do. That's what makes her happy. But I feel like you guys were very poor, but it didn't really bother you. You really just liked being with your family. And because you were poor, it honestly made things better for you because the connection between you and your family was so strong that you constantly, like, it was like your kids would work. Your kids would, like, provide when they were old enough. So it was, like, on all of you to help the family and to contribute. Irish, Danish, and Scottish butter is the best. It smells and tastes so good. Yes. I don't know. She just like makes me smell butter, specifically like butter cooking. And it's just the only thing I've eaten today is a bagel, and now I want food because I guess it's that time of the day. I saw her in her stereotypical white nurse outfit from back in the day around the stove cooking. Yeah, she's so cute. She has come forward to tell you about the importance of family. I don't know if you have issues with your family or if you're very family oriented. They make me feel like you might be. Okay, this is what they tell me, and I don't know if it's true. You can tell me if it's not. But they make me feel like you sometimes get overshadowed in your family because you're on the quieter side, but in the sense of like you want to like follow the rules. So many issues. So they kind of step on you a bit. So she's talking about your family isn't necessarily blood. Your family can be okay, she's using a quote in my head that is from Naruto. I don't remember the specific quote, but it's kind of like if someone is thinking about you, then it's like home. So they're like, the people that think about you and the people that care for you are the people that is considered your home. That is where your home is. And they're like, you need to find that connection with people that are outside of your family. Because she's like, then you will start understanding your family from an outside perspective because of the things that was lacking in the relationship between them. You need a place where you feel like you are a part of the household and that you contribute to it. And the household is the wrong word. Does that make sense?
I'm spending so many hours just on this history section.
I'm here for it.
I'm almost done though.
That's good. I can't wait to watch it.
I'm at like the last section.
Riker says they're spending all these hours on the history section. It looks so good. Yeah, we got some new fun assets, and we've decided that we're going to make art instead of videos, so we're excited about that. Yeah, that makes sense. Do you have questions for her? While you do that, next person in line is Barry Reckless. And Barry Reckless, I know we've read you. Have we done past life stuff for you?
I think we have.
Hold on. Let me look at the gallery. I don't think so. Very reckless. We just read you all the time. Let me see. You might be right. I mean, you probably are right. I might be wrong, is the thing that I should be saying. Wow. Well, that'll be fun. Well, apparently one of my spirit guides is a past life of mine, so that would be cool to know about. Which one was that? Sorry, now I'm looking at people's drawings on here, and I'm, like, stuck. Oh, Foster, it's the one I learned on my own. He's a fog spirit guide. See you, Brendan. Okay. He's a fog spirit guide. He's a past life of mine. Oh gosh, okay. Sorry, I'm asking him if he wants to talk or if he wants someone else to talk. Okay. Okay, let me just clarify some things with you to see if this is the right person. So I see him as a red spirit guide and masculine. I don't think you told me if he was masculine. I get masculine and I get a red spirit guide. He deals with a lot of trauma. Let me know if that's the same one. I can give you more characteristics because obviously I'm going to see guides differently than you. He has this, like, I don't get colors, and I believe he's masculine for the most part. Yeah, that's why I was like, I should explain what that means. So red spirit guides usually deal with, like, safety and security. I feel like in his life he dealt with a lot of traumatic things, and I feel like he helps pull out different ideas or memories from your past lives to help you understand things in this life. Blocked by an ad. No! I don't think I can stop them from here. It doesn't say anything. Back. Okay. So he makes me feel like he pulls out trauma from things that had happened into your past lives to help you understand your trauma that you're going through now. I feel like you have gone through a lot of rejection and a lot of abandonment that has forced you to accept yourself for who you are. Is that true? The reason why I'm asking you these questions is because if you want a reading on him, I want to make sure I'm talking to him. I don't think it's him. Okay. Interesting. Well, new spirit guide. If he doesn't want to chat, you can pick someone else. Yeah. Anyways. Sorry, I got a message. Okay. I don't know. I do see, like, a foggy type thing that creates, like, visions of things. Okay, I'll just tell you what I see. Because if finding who I'm supposed to be talking to might be hard. Okay, so I see a man that is in a brown tweed suit. And I feel like he is one of your spirit guides. However, I don't feel like this is your past life. I feel like he knew you in a past life. He has like a larger like hat. He's saying something. Hold on. I need to see what this looks like. He uses the word bowler hat. So I had to look that up, what that means. But he has a bowler hat on. And, I feel like you're an orphan. And you were an orphan that he adopted or took under foster care. I think that was more it. You were taken under foster care by him. And he was like a single dad. He just was fostering you you were like a little boy with blonde hair or like light colored hair, because it was more like my colored hair. Interesting. Because that's who I think I was talking to as the red spirit guide. Is this man that was like your foster father. So 19th century, because he says, I told you about the bowler hat because that gave you time period. I feel like it was more in the middle of the 19th century, middle to late, where you existed. And he talks about fostering this little boy. This little boy is you. He makes me feel like you were sick. I have Vivian after this, so.
Okay. I mean, you're like done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just don't know if I should grab something to eat or if I should wait.
Yeah. I just have to finish up Very Reckless, and then I have Vivian.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't want to make food if you were like almost done and ready to eat.
You're beautiful. I like you.
You're gorgeous. I like you.
Yeah, your hair looks really good from this angle.
Yes, this is Critical Role merch.
Wow, all you have to do is just sit there for a second, and they're like,
Yeah, this is my Forge. It's a Forge shirt from Campaign 2. Most of the stuff I wear is Critical Role merch, to be fair.
It's true.
My hair looks good.
Mm-hmm.
I did my hair today.
Yeah. You look really cute.
You look really cute.
Yeah, sorry, distracted by my boyfriend, it's fine. I'm actually thinking of fostering, so kind of makes sense that this came forward. This little boy has something wrong with his legs. He has like some sort of disease, like a degenerative disease in his legs. Does anyone know what that is? Because he has like a brace on one of his legs. Polio? I feel like it's not. Okay. Okay, is it polio? Says it is polio, so maybe it is. But whatever it is, it ended up killing you very young, cuz that's why this man took you in. Cuz he I don't know, I feel like he was like a cop or something. I feel like he was a cop and your parents died. And you were kind of just, there wasn't anything you could do. So you were kind of just left in your house alone. And your, like, a neighbor or something, like, tipped off the police to come, like, check out what was going on in the house. Your parents did not die from polio. I don't think your parents were very, like, I don't think they should have kids. I feel like they had something to do with, like, they had, like, a drug problem. Ooh, yes. Sorry. Do you see foster father as, like, a Sherlock Holmes era kind of guy? Because that's what I'm seeing. Yes. Yes, no, exactly. Yeah, no, that's a good way of putting it. What causes polio? I know that it's like a virus or whatever. That might be a big question. Oh, oh shit! I think Foster calls him Foster after that dude. Yeah, sorry. I was thinking like foster home of imaginary friends. God, I don't put two and two together. But it like makes it look like I'm like taking things from what you're saying. I'm sorry. Yeah, I see that like he was in a situation with his parents and his parents like they had some sort of drug problem. I don't know if it's because of him or what. I feel like it is. I feel like it caused a lot of issues in their life. They didn't want to have a sick kid, so they kind of like got stuck in like a drug-esque issue. So I feel like they kind of OD'd in the house. I feel like the father left and the mother kind of OD'd and you were kind of left in this house. To fend for yourself. You look like you're like 7 or 8. The drug problem, I think, is either opium or cocaine. Yeah, they were a bit negligent. They were negligent from the beginning. Don't, like, mind that, but having a sick kid made it so much worse. So you as this man with a bowler hat, I feel like he was like the sheriff or something, and he went into this house because of the like drug issue-esque things, because I don't know, they were like trying to find the drugs in the house to like remove them, and they found you, and they weren't expecting to find a little boy in that situation. So, geez, my mom is a recovering alcoholic and I was raised by a single father. Interesting. That's so sad. Yeah, so that's how he ended up fostering you. Because I was like, that's weird. Like, you don't have a family. You aren't using the word, like, adopt. And you like are alone. Like you seem like a very lonely dude. Why do you have a little boy with you? And he is talking about that he found you in, like, during his job. And he felt connected to you. It's like your soul's, like, connected, and he knew that he couldn't leave you. And I feel like the reason for that is because he had a very similar situation happen to him. He wasn't sick like you, but he knew what it was like, and it made even worse because you were sick. Do you have questions? He's talking about, like, a happy surprise of why he's, like, because I'm asking him, okay, why are you here? Why'd you come forward? He says that he's talking about, he's talking about, like, a happy surprise. Because he's talking about how you touched his life. You were only here for a short period of time, but you changed everything. You made him into more of a, like, happy individual, because he's like, I was, like, very stern, selfish, and hard until I needed to be a father figure. Once I was a father figure, not only did I become happier, but I was finally able to allow myself to be more vulnerable. I was about to say that he was also a foster kid, and that's why he took them in. It's so cute. Yeah, he has a similar situation to the little boy. To you, as your past life. It's a very roundabout way of doing a reading for that. So, hopefully that makes sense. I'm not sure if this is the same guide or not, because, like, interpretations of things are weird, but it is weird that you refer to him as Foster. You say that that's his name? You refer to your spirit guide as Foster? The internet just cut out. I'm so sorry. I'll remember what I said. But Peachy Gay Boy says, I was about to say that he was also a foster kid. That's why he took them in. And that's where I was like, yeah, he had a similar storyline to the little boy, which is your past life, which is why he, like, related to you. So, yeah. Do you have questions? A lot of times spirit guides are specifically your spirit guides because they have known you in a past life. No, I think they showed me this to get to know him better. Yeah, the man that I'm seeing with the bowler hat is not Barry Reckless's past life, but he knew their past life, which is the little boy. And now I feel like they're your spirit guide, this red spirit guide that I was talking about. He used to be quite cold towards me, but I talked to him once, and he seemed compassionate, so this makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier, of he had this, like macho man, harder exterior, and then he had a kid that was sick, and that didn't make sense to be that person anymore. So he became more lighthearted. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions. But the last one is Vivian, which I can see that you're here. Have we done past life things for you, Vivian? Because we read you a lot, so I just want to make sure I give you new ones. We don't do past life readings a lot, though. So... Oh. I always forget, because I'm looking at the gallery, that you have that superhero spirit guide. It's one of my favorite spirit guides that I've drawn. Sorry if that was a bit complicated. Oh, no, I love when readings are complicated like that. They're more interesting. Because I'm like, I just want to make sure I give you the information that you're asking about, but sometimes it's hard to like know who I'm talking to and who you want me to talk to because spirit is weird that way. I've had like mini ones. Okay. Native couple, me and my husband, past wartime life with current husband too. Cool. So you are my last one as well. So tomorrow I'm going to be doing spirit guide readings around 2 p.m. because we're going to do it a little bit earlier because we have a premiere for a video coming out. But we're going to do spirit guide readings. But Vivian's going to be my last reading for today. I also do think I enjoy doing past life readings. I also like doing past life readings with people because they're like, oh, I see this, they're like this, and it's just like fun and kind of also validates what I'm seeing too, so. Okay. I feel like you have a past life from India. Because you have, like, you're a woman, and you have, like, the gem in your forehead. Let me see what that is. I don't know what that is for. I think it's to determine if you're, like, married, potentially, but I'm not entirely sure. But I know that it's from, like, you're, like, an Indian woman, like a woman from India. Okay. I was thinking a life where someone has confidence and is successful, plus, oh, please, but whatever they want to show. I will take whatever advice and run with it. Okay, great. I feel like this woman is very well off. Is it like a bindi? Sanskirt? Okay, I feel like you're like from Hindu culture. I think that mark on your forehead is a bindi, maybe? But you have like a gem in the middle of your forehead. I'm not sure if it's to represent if you're married or have children or something associated to that. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, they make me feel like that you are Hindu. You follow the religion of Hinduism. But I feel like you are very, very well off. So, it is funny that I read it after picking this life of, I was thinking where someone has confidence and is successful. She has long, beautiful, thick, dark hair. She is on the shorter side. And she's very curvy. She, I feel like, is like some sort of royalty. Okay, you were married off to, like, you're married off to royalty. You were married off of someone of the same class. But I just see you in just, like, a beautifully huge building. I don't feel like you were, like, the top. You were just high class. Like, I don't think you were, like, a princess. I don't know if this is, like, a part of that culture specifically. You aren't, like... You were, like, some sort of, like, noble class, but you were not, like, princess, queen, that sort of thing. You were just very, 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 very well off. Well off, starting off great. I feel like you had a lot of sisters that also were being married off. Okay. Because I'm like, why are there so many sisters? Is that like a weird thing? And they're like talking about they tried to have a lot of babies because they wanted to have a boy. But they never were able, like your mom was never able to be able to have a boy. So you have like 5 or 6 sisters because they're all like, because I'm asking about important aspects of your life and you are talking about getting married off. You got married off very young, like in your teens. And she is talking about how all of your sisters are very excited to get you like all dolled up and stuff. But I also see you in like a shimmery blue outfit. Obviously when you got married you looked different, but they're talking about being married off to an older man. Not like an old man, but someone that was like more so in their like 20s, 30s. I would say late 20s. She doesn't really have an interest in men in that way. Hold on. Are you gay? Fantastic. Gay! We're like, wait a second. She's like, I don't really care to be married to a man. I'm only married to him for his money. But I feel like she's gay. I feel like she's interested in women.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like you're having an affair with a woman. But no one would have any idea. And I should also clarify, cuz they like tell me things, but sometimes I like don't say them cuz I don't think they're important. They say that you're like the rebellious daughter out of the bunch and they all know it. But they never expected something like that. So like anytime, cuz I feel like you got caught a lot. I feel like you were really bad at hiding it. But they were just like, no, that's impossible. It's just 2 girls like hanging out doing girl things like cleaning or being in the kitchen. And you were like, yeah, you're right, actually. Yeah, dude, I don't know. He like, your husband liked having pretty women around that like, she wants to say waited on him hand and foot. But she wants to say, like, a sexual joke that I'm not going to make. She's like, she waited hand and foot for my man, but sexual joke inserted here for me, so. I'm getting the name Malati. That's cute. I didn't even know I didn't say that right, but it is cute. That's amazing. You asked for a fun past life, not like a horrific, sad past life. So this woman only came in at like only reincarnated for a good time. She's talking about men. Pronounced multi. Dude, I hope that I actually pronounced that correctly, because if not, that's probably embarrassing. It's fine. That's a spicy past life. Dude, I think I gave Riker's mom a spicy past life. Do you remember that?
No.
I think it was like something along the lines of she poisoned her husband or something. That was a good time. I think that was what I told Riker's mom.
Wasn't it like sisters or something?
Yeah. No, that was it. There was a scandal. Yeah, no, that was a good time. Anyways. Yes, I did. Thank God. Do you have questions for her? I feel like she's come forward to I don't know, she's talking about men. She's talking about how men are easy to like manipulate to get you to do things. She's very crude, so the way she's saying this is like more rude than it actually is. Cause she's like, you want more confidence, you just have to know that you're better. Like, isn't it funny that men think that women can't do anything, especially when men are like taking all their rights away? And you're like, maybe we don't want to do it. Maybe we want you to do it for us. That's what she says. She really hates men. What's her advice for me? I'm aware of my openness to women's beauty. Yeah, no, she's very much like, you need to act like, she wants me to say, you need to act like the world was created for you. And she's like, that would just allow just an ounce of confidence that you need to get your needs met. Oh, maybe my charm that I don't use. I need all of the past life scandalous gossip. Yeah, I think what I told Riker's mom was they couldn't get a husband because their sister was like jealous of them over and over and over again, so they would like poison her husbands. So they kept dying. So the one husband she had, she like that she really liked, she ran off with so that they wouldn't kill him. That's what I remember telling her. That was a long time ago, like a year ago or something. But yeah, jeez, it was a good time. It was a good story. We could make like a whole fucking movie about that shit. Oh, also, I think you had children. Sorry for Vivian. I think you did have children with this man. You didn't want to though. So I feel like you were a bit uninterested in the children. I don't think you necessarily took care of them very well. I think someone else took care of them for you. I feel like you had a boy and a girl. Any chance they're current children? Are they current children? Yes. I think you posted the video of you doing some reading for Riker's mom. Yeah, I don't remember if that's the exact one. I feel like it might have been. I remember we filmed it, so. She asked for a past life reading and a spirit guide reading, and I don't know if I'd put both in there. I think maybe I did. I don't remember. That was a long time ago. But I do think current children are the ones that you had in that life, too. But I feel like you used them as an excuse to hang out with the nanny. I have a boy and a girl right now. That's cute. The boy and girl in this life are just as like rambunctious and rebellious as their mother, as you. And I feel like the girl has a bit of a sweetness, but still has a lot of energy and excitement. So, yeah. Do you have any other questions? Dude, there is a lot of stuff on this desk. While you answer, I'm going to tell people about tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to go live at 2 p.m. EST, and we're going to do spirit guide reading. So if you guys are interested in that, I'll see you here tomorrow. If not, we're also going to be posting Wildwood tomorrow at 7 p.m. EST in the evening. And if you are a member, make sure to join Discord. We'll ping you guys when we're in there. But we're going to be having our watch party in Discord. so you guys can get the behind the scenes of what's going on in our investigation. As well as if you are not a member, we will still be live in chat with you talking about what's going on. So make sure you guys don't miss the live, the like premiere is what I mean. But if you do, there should be a live like chat replay so you guys can also see what we're talking about there. Same as this life. They show me ways to be myself. Oh, was my current husband in that life too? It seems we're all connected a lot. I'm interested. I feel like your husband was not the husband. Hold on. I feel like your husband... Hold on, wait. I feel like your husband was the nanny. Sorry. I just think that's hilarious. Because one of my spirit guides, Richard, over my shoulder, I was like, I can tell you right now, it's definitely not the husband that you were like married to. And he was like, well, yeah, they were gay. Obviously, it would be the one that she fell famously in love with. A twist. OMG, I love... Yeah. I'm like, it's the nanny. I can't stop with this man. Dude. Same. My man's over there. Same past life, new story. I don't know, dude. Different past life, same story. That's what I was meant to say. When I was a kid, an entity used to breathe in my ear vividly, like a dog panting. And there was no one at all but me in the room. I did really check, and it kept going. Any idea what that is? What the fuck? That's terrifying. Ooh. Dude, I'm sorry. I'm not reading into it. Just the idea of that ever happening sounds absolutely horrific. Vivian says, "Thank you, Em. No problem." I think you're such a scandalous story. I'm glad that we got like a confident ass woman in that. But any idea of what it is? Let's see. Is it a spirit? Is it paranormal? Is it a poltergeist? I have no idea what that is. I don't know that I really fully see it. I had to leave the room to call my sister, but she ignored me, so I decided that I'm hallucinating and went back and got it closer. I was 8 to 9, 22 now, and I'll never forget it. I asked my pendulum if it was a spirit. It said no. The second question I asked was, is it paranormal? And it said yes. I don't know what to do with that information. Feel like it was an elemental. Let me see. Is it an elemental? It says no. Is it something like an elemental? Yes. Something like an elemental. Hopefully that helps. A thought form? I don't think so. Let me see. A thought form? No. I have no idea. I also got Skinwalker. I do want to ask you this. Is it a Skinwalker? No. I don't know. It's like an elemental. Whatever that means. It's weird. That's weird. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys so much for purchasing readings. It really helps us out. And it's fun to do things like this with a group of people. Wait, my mom was allegedly possessed, so she did an exorcism and spoke with a man voice after that event. They call him Jin where I live. Your mom was possessed? Have you talked to your mom about that? Because I've never met someone who's possessed, and I want to know what? You know? Would you be open to a Q&A live at some point? Super chat, questions, Ouija pendulum type thing? Yes. Yeah, I could probably do that next week, maybe. But totally would do that. That would be a fun time. Yeah, she told me not to tell anyone. Okay. Dude, if anyone in the chat is possessed or have been possessed, let a girl know I have questions. Me telling everyone. It's fine. We don't know who you are. You've told no one. What are you talking about? But also, if anyone has ever been possessed, please let me know. Does sleepwalking count? I don't think so, because I've sleptwalked before. Secrets are no fun. Secrets hurt someone. I don't think that's how it goes. It's secrets are no fun unless you share with everyone. My brother used to sleepwalk and stare at me. Listen, I sleptwalk into my mom's bedroom apparently once. I do not remember doing this at all. I was sick and feverish. And I walk into her room and my mom was like, do you need something? Because I was sick. And I asked her for a gift. Fully unconscious. I don't remember it at all. She literally says it and I don't believe it. But I do kind of believe it because sometimes I wake up in a weird position in the bed. So if the bed is this way and the pillow's here, I'll sleep this direction. I'll wake up that way. I did not fall asleep that way though. I was just watching I can never say her name, the priestess lady that's in Sam and Colby's video do a video on possession. I would be interested to see what she says about it. Let's do a controlled experience, Vanessa.
I don't know what's happening, but if Vanessa suggested it, then yes.
We're talking about possession.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because we're is possession just what we think it is, or is it different? Is it an expansion of humanity that is being controlled, or an expression of people's negativity? What is it?
Don't say too much, because we're going to do a podcast on it.
We're not going to say too much. We're going to do a podcast on it. So get ready for that. But if any of you people have decided that you are been possessed, let me know. She says there's 5 types of possession. We need to watch that video before we do that podcast. And then they say the exorcism was traumatizing. They choked her and used the Quran oil. Sorry if I said that wrong. And penetrated her toes with pins, and she spoke with a deep voice. All of my siblings and I were crying in fear. Yeah, because that's the thing that gets me, because I don't know, there's stuff from the Warrens in the sense of they talk about that one case where that guy ended up killing his landlord, and it was a whole big thing, The Devil Made Me Do It, that series. And they just make it seem oh, it's just bad people doing bad things, or someone that may or may not have bad intentions doing bad things. So is it that? Is it something else? But the thing that gets me is when people talk in tongues or in different languages, or I don't know, they spew green slime and their head turns around backwards. I don't have any concept of what possession is. I've been told by spirit prior that possession is when 2 energies sit in each other's energy, but you can have a quote unquote positive possession, which is kind of with your spirit guides, and it's not necessarily possession. Possession's the wrong word. It's sitting in each other's energy, and it allows you to be able to work off each other to do things. It's kind of like when cells come together to make a heart. You have different heart cells coming together that sync with each other very well, and that allows the heart to pump blood through the body. But if you have a soul coming in together that do not register with each other well, they reject each other, that is when you start having issues of the quote unquote possession type. That's what I've been told by Richard. And that's when you get the, like, your head's turning around backwards and your skin turning gray or something. I'm not entirely sure, though. She mentions some types in this video. Or her video where she talks about the Colby possession. Oh, she talks about Colby? Interesting. My son and I had the same past life memory. He killed me. Love that kid. Lol. Yeah. Vanessa says, you listening?
Yes.
Okay. Vanessa says, I'll get possessed. You do an exorcism and we'll compare notes. I don't think...
I want to be the one to get possessed.
Riker says that they want to be possessed. But I don't know that we can do an exorcism because we're not priests. But does anyone know? Didn't what's his face? Ed Warren do exorcisms? But did he have to have like certain training for that? Did he have to be, because he's not a priest, right? I heard demons possession controlled experiment. Where do I take my ticket? From Kayla.
What?
Kayla says, I heard demons possession and controlled experiment. Where do I take my ticket?
Join members.
Join member. We're not doing a possession. That seems like a trap or something.
Possession.
Oh. She says you don't need to be trained to do an exorcism. Oh, well, that's good. Cause like I just watch a lot of TV. You have the same concept in the Whitney religion. Possession is not due to demons, but an ancestor trying to pass on a message or just have a good time. Yeah, I don't know. I think I would have to see someone get possessed or get possessed myself. I have a quick past life question. Is this true? I have a pendulum here. I'll ask for you. Is this true? Yes. PG Gable, you have a yes. We should do a live stream about possession just because I want to hear people's opinions about it and we can just fucking go off. Because I also need to watch the videos from... How do you say the... Pythian priestess? I want to see what she has to say about things because I, like, trust her. I also want to just be friends with her and talk to her. I'm like, can we do witchcraft together, please and thank you? But I want to see what she says about possession, and then we can do a live stream where we just talk about possession, because that sounds amazing. I'll be able to do an exorcism and you get married. And get you married. Oh, you become an ordained priest? Dude, can you imagine Vanessa getting us married? But you also need to be in our party. What? It'd be lit. Okay, because I was asking if I was both people in a past life and I lived both their lives because I can see both their perspectives. Yeah, so... Dude, I lost my train of thought. I'm going to do a live stream about possession. Possession and exorcism at the wedding. Listen, okay, this is what I was going to say. Riker and I want to do demonology. We want to get it. You can get your demonology certificate or something.
Yeah, you can become a licensed demonologist.
You can become a licensed demonologist. We want to do that. We want to figure out how to do that because that sounds like fun. Kayla, you should do it with us. If we can do it online, we'll send you the link and we'll do it together and we'll become demonologists. And Vanessa. Have you heard of the famous grimoires like the Sun of Knowledge? It's banned in a lot of countries in the Middle East.
I've heard of some.
Riker says they've heard of some. But yeah. I'll let you guys know what we do about a possession live stream in the future or a Q&A live stream. I think if I do a Q&A live stream, I probably would want Riker to be up in here too. So we will have to fit that in at some point in between editings for our videos. But Also, probably me talking about possession, Riker should get on that too, because that sounds like a fun thing to talk about. It has a demon summoning that could get you possessed. It's top tier stuff. Where can we get it from? We have What? Yeah, hold on. The Son of Knowledge grimoire. We have been trying to figure out how to summon a demon for a while. We have a couple demons that we could do it with that wouldn't be a dick to us, so we're like, maybe...
What if I just, like...
You can buy it on Amazon.
Yeah, do you think if I just put it in the Amazon cart, Mom will buy it for us?
Do it. Riker's gonna put it in the Amazon cart, and...
My mom's gonna be like...
We'll see if Riker's mom buys it.
I mean, she doesn't know that it's gonna teach us possession things.
It's good for content. Oh, that one isn't the complete full version. It's available online, but I don't know about the physical because it's very rare.
Makes sense.
Becky says, hilarious, do it.
Hilarious, do it.
And so does Kayla. Yeah, we want to know how to summon a demon. I know that that's probably, I don't know what not something I should say online, but like, look at Richard. That thing follows us around. We were to try and summon Richard or Asmodeus. So like, I don't know. We'll do it and see how it goes. Cause like, listen, you guys, listen. If you go on Etsy, use viewer discretion is advised, I guess. If you go on Etsy, this is another thing that we want to make a video about. There are these, like, I guess practitioners or witches on Etsy that you can buy, like, demon summoning of, or, like, you could sell your soul or, like, have a contract with demons, and you can just buy them on Etsy all willy-nilly. They're, like, expensive as shit. They're, like, a couple $1,000s. But, like, when we get the money and just, like, kick around money, we want to get one, and we want to see what happens, and we want to make a video about it and be like, we bought, I don't know, a demon contract on Etsy. Viewer discretion. Don't buy a contract if you don't know what's going on, because we want to do that, and you can watch us do it first. Then you can decide if you want to do it. Yeah. Yeah, no, we do some dumb shit. If you guys want to join members, here's the link. One last time. Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
And then you just see this.
I never know if it's member or members, so here's both of them. So chaotic. Hope you guys enjoyed your past life readings. The full book, but not translated. Wait, what? Oh, I see what you mean. Are your coven meetings the same sort of time as live streams? 7 p.m. EST on Monday. First Monday of each month or something. So if you're interested in going to Coven, that's when they are. They're 7 p.m. EST. So 1 a.m. my time. I mean, the witching hour is at 3 a.m. Becky, they start midnight our time. Okay, sorry. I am going to go eat. I'll see you guys tomorrow. 2 p.m. EST and 7 p.m. for a video to go live. See you guys later. Bye.